everybody needs money to live on, and unfortunately, many places where I live at, they're old buildings, and you can't really trust where you live at if it's not your own place, if you live in a room. Again, I'm saying maybe someone, like, from way back, like, could have a key. And something is missing, and that I desperately need. I'm still looking, but what's good is I looked through all my paperwork, and I had to throw out half the things. And what's so crazy is these 2 books that I got with my late husband. He tinted the windows, to a car that's stolen. So, a caravan that was stolen. Like, so much was stolen from me. Like, do I really care, if someone, now, I'm calmed down, and it's like, so what? It is a big deal, but not from what my family stole from me illegally. They stole a bunch for me to live, and it ruined my life for 10 years. So the good thing about, I still hope I find it. I really, really do. But just suspicion that, like, I go to an appointment a certain day, and I'm just suspicious that possibility, whatever. But the good thing that came out of what was taken was I get to go throw out at least half of what I have. It's not necessary. And for me to just be more organized and be, like, alert, and any of my vital things that I need, I'm leaving with. Like, it's, now that I calmed down, so much more was stolen from me. And pretend a lot narcissist did almost destroy me, along with my family, so the little tiny bit that possibly, I still hope I find it. I'm going through every single I did go through everything, but you know what, that's such a small amount to 2010, what was stolen from me. Oh my God, illegally, all was stolen from me in 2010. So there's so much stolen from me. I was harmed so much, that it's no big deal. It really ain't. It's like, I do have enough to do my laundry and buy some cigars, which I'm definitely buying. But it's just a great loss. That's all. But I made this far, and what was done to me was so bad. And then when I went out with, like, the worst boyfriends I ever went out with, and then I met my husband, he was really bad. And then oh my God, so I had 3 really, really bad boyfriends. Really, really bad boyfriends. Just awful. But 2 of them, they told me, believe in yourself. So they were good that way. The worst awful people. Like, my husband was a little good to me. Like, he said to me, like, oh, you take things personal. Like, yeah, I do. I was abused to death, and maybe that was me as a little child. I'm withdrawn that much that everything is like a personal threat and everything, and so much, I was abused so much that I wouldn't know. I still hope I find what is missing. I really do. I hope I find it, but it's no big deal. I'm still living. I'm half healthy. It really sucks. I'm like sleepy most of the time, and then I had to go buy more chamomile tea. I had to buy my favorite sub today, roast beef sub. Buy my chamomile tea. I made it, and I calmed down. Whatever, the little tiny. That's just nothing compared to what was really stolen from my life. My kids, number one. That's so hurtful. My kids stolen from me. That really hurts. That's the worst. That's one of the worst things. And then having a so-called friend pretend I'm a narcissist, like, oh my god. Yeah. No. So, now I have a phone, and you know what? I guess I can get by without a phone, but I don't want to. I did, there's a lady from my old church gave me a little money, and I'm able to possibly, deposit the tiny bit, in my bank account. She was really sweet. She gave me with a card to the church, but I couldn't get to church because I really hate the music. I can't sit in a. The songs are just that bad. Jesus made me happy, so happy, and I love him. He is my Savior, and I love him. Now, I could maybe take like 5 minutes of that, and no, I can't take that. Not really, no. And then a fake sermon, Do they know how many people are really suffering? Do they care about melody out there, my old church, I do. I can't anymore. So I like, it's impossible for me to actually care. But if I would have a house or whatever, I would have at least, if I would have had a bank account and income. And I have a bank account with zero in it. And that lady from the church did give me a little. She's cool that she did that. That was really nice of her. And that's all I have. And I can try to attempt to do what I was going to do the other day. And now that I'm all calmed down, that's really good. And I saw a recent Patrick Teahan video where, I get fight or flight. Like, but so much was stolen from me. And I know, like, my kids were stolen from me with all the money that should have been mine. And I should have been able to live with my boys for way over a decade. It's sad. Not way over a decade, but God, almost 17 years now. But the 2010 is when I would have had my money to spend. I mean, they're my boys. That was my money. And it was for them to live. And I should have been able to direct that money for us to live in a decent place. And it was a lot of money. So that's what hurts. So it, like a long time ago, there was a guy from Vietnam that when I was, and he taught me indirect anger. And he's probably dead. Late Joe Fay from Vietnam. It was Joe and Joe. And Dee died. So, way back when. On Beaver Street, where Pretend a Lot Narcissist goes to his church. And, the first I heard about indirect anger, and that's definitely what I had today. A lot of indirect anger. I mean, I'm like totally hurt from being away from my boys for over 17 years. Like the little I hope I still find it somehow. I hope it's some miracle it like flew somewhere, but I'm looking. My God. The good thing is that I'm still like be able. Yeah, I have all my moving. I'm still okay. I still have my moving parts in my body. My legs hurt like hell. I barely can walk anymore, but yeah, I'm still alive, and I get to throw out half of my shit now. I almost threw all my shit. That was a really positive thing. So maybe it's a good thing that something got stolen. I'm calmed down. It's indirect anger from childhood. You know, Patrick Teahan really taught that well. It's like my amygdala brain, part of the brain, like fires up, and I get super angry, and I'm mad, scream. Yeah, no one gave me $1. Well, I survived, though, and I'm not around Pretend a Lot Narcissists. Wow, that's the best thing. Wow. I have a horrible hacked Android government phone that sucks. I don't understand how, that just sucks all by itself. But, okay, it's a little too long. Earlier, I'm like, really mad, screaming, and I'm aware of it, and I don't like that about myself. I realize that it's indirect anger, that it's from childhood, but so much was stolen from me that the tiny bit that was stolen is like, who cares? I mean, I had to throw out half my clothes. I don't know, I wore, just because it says God on it. I mean, some countries okay. Whatever. I would maybe keep that talk, but like, half the clothes I have I can just throw out. That I don't need it. I don't need, I mean, there's so much shit on the street that you can just get. And I don't need all this shit. So, my indirect anger was bad, and I get to organize single thing I have. Just, I can put a box outside, free. These markers don't work that I just got here, and, all this shit, it's like free on it. They'll just get thrown out by the next trash man, but, yeah, I don't need, the worst thing was my children, but I wouldn't have been able to take care of my children by myself. So, that was the worst thing that was stolen with me, with my money, by late Arthur Hesnut III. They were my children, my money. Wrong where it went. And that's the most hurtful thing. And then my childhood and everything that I was stolen from. Shit, it's too long.